Alright guys, so today is October 8th, 2020, which is a very, very special day to me, and here's why. I want to give you guys a backstory to this story, so let's get started. My name is LeoZhengSun. I was born and raised in a province called Shandong in China, also known as the hometown of... I think Confucius had definitely shaped our culture, so everyone prioritized education, thus there's a lot of competition out there. But I hate pressure. So I'd always thought I would end up being an artist, or at least studying art in college, until I watched a movie when I was 16.
Wow, this is gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, isn't this the guy's bathroom?
No, it's co-ed. All the dorms are like this.
Okay, let's pause there for a second. Start from that moment. Yes, that moment. I started doing my research. By the way, Google was not blocked in China at the time. I still don't know why I was so dumb to believe that was real, but I did change the whole course of my life. Let's continue. After a few months of preparation, I hopped on the flight from Beijing to Indiana. So why Indiana? This question did come up in my past interviews all the time. I will probably make another vlog about it, but not this one. Indiana, right, Indiana. I had a great time in Indiana. My house almost burned down. I drove 26 hours wrong way for an indie concert. I celebrated my 21st birthday. I learned how to fish. Also, I learned how to live my life after retire. But most importantly, I rode the journey from a boy to a man. When the time I graduated from college, I had my first grown-up challenge in my life. I was struggling a lot between love versus career. Either keep the relationship and staying there, or move to DC and start my graduate program. But still, I decided to move to Washington, DC at the time for my graduate program. DC was definitely a fun city. I had a lot of nice memories there, like got drunk at Lincoln Memorial, got drunk at Capitol Hill, got drunk at the National Mall, and I even took a class called One Economics. Washingtonian might call it Monuments Crawl. After I graduated from Johns Hopkins University, I started my career in the world's largest lobbying group. Because of the opportunity, I met so many politicians from all over the world. Honestly, that feels like a dream come true. So there are three things I appreciated the most from those years. Number one is absolutely about friends. I made a lot of great friends there. Although they are now everywhere in the world, still they were my best memories. And number two is 100% about mentorship. There are so many people there are so generous. They give me all the advice. They were always there for me. They answered all my questions. Appreciate it. And number three, wow, that's important, which is I built up my confidence right there. Let me be more specific. So after those years, I don't feel nervous anymore when I meet with anybody, literally anybody. I think that's quite important to me in my life. All right, we're gonna go. I truly feel the place prepared me to take on any adventure to come. And so, I did take on a new adventure actually. The first time I walked into this office, I had a feeling that I might be here for a while. But I didn't know a while would be more than 5 years. I'm pretty sure you guys could see a sharp slope here. That's right, because I learned and experienced so much from this place. From doing corporate development to the lead of FP&A, then got the amazing opportunity to be the first employee and operations director to launch the LA office. which is a big deal to me. Guys, there are so many things I've accomplished here. If I started talking about all my experiences throughout these years, that might take up to like a day or even days. So I have summarized everything into 3 thank yous. And the first thank you, my first thank you is to this LA team. You guys are awesome. I know I've probably said that like for 1,000 times, but you guys are my best memories in this city, in the city of angels. Or you guys are my angels. You guys see these shoes? That's really Kobe's shoes with the signature on that. So my second thank you is to this lady. She's the person who really trained me to be a financial professional and a leader in FP&A. In another word, I would say she polished my skills and took me to another level. So, thank you. So now, the last one and also the most important one is to this guy. How should I describe him? He's my CEO, my mentor, but also a friend, and he's like family to me. I couldn't remember how many times we fought the deadlines together, how many times we burned the late night oil and tried to solve problems, and how many times he protected my dreams and put me on the right path. Remember I said to launch the LA office was a big deal to me? Because since I met him, I've always told him that I want to expand the market for the company. I want to be the warrior, you know? And I also proposed a timeline at the time, like 7-year plan. Yep, that's my 7-year plan. So from that moment, he helped me build up my career to where I am today. And it only took me 4 years. So, thank you. The story sounds pretty good so far, isn't it? Until... After I accomplished my 7-year goal within 4 years, I suddenly lost my way because I realized a cruel fact that there is a huge gap or an impossible gap right between my short-term goal and my long-term goal. I do think I had a pretty bad quarter-life crisis at the time, but Emma wasn't also...
So I was like, why does everyone make such a big fuss about turning 30? This is not a big deal.
But as an actress.
Cut to 29, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so stressed and anxious.
After countless stressful days and sleepless nights, I finally came to the conclusion that in order to close the gap I mentioned earlier, I need to change, aka reboot my life. Usually when people reboot their life, they start from making a kick-ass plan, quit their job, and then follow the path. Or sometimes you may want to switch the order a little bit. Remember, I said today's quite a special day to me. Number 1 is, of course, tomorrow is my 30th birthday. And number 2, you're right, I quit. Thanks for everything in the last 5 years. This is my formal resignation letter.
Leo, thank you and good luck. It's been a pleasure knowing you and working with you all of these years, and I look forward to continuing our friendship and working together again.
Of course, it was not that easy. I'm not sure if I'm the only person in history to record the whole resignation process, but I did it. Thanks to my CEO, I recorded almost 2 hours of footage and will edit and post it someday. So now I quit my job. What's the plan? I'll have it by next week.